All right, you are on the platform. And as I mentioned in my interview with Winston Peters, the government is going ahead with plans to essentially shut down the Greyhound racing in New Zealand. That includes seizing $15.9 million of assets held by the Greyhound Association and disestablishing, I imagine, that association. I threw at Mr. Peters that this is strange because you'll still be able to bet on greyhounds in New Zealand. They'll just be racing in jurisdictions which we have no control over the animal welfare that governs them. His response was, Tasmania's going to get rid of it. I think it's going all over the world, etc., etc. Well, what does this mean? And we've spoken to Craig before, to Craig Roberts from the Greyhound Association. What do they want? Can this blow be softened at all? Craig, good morning. He joins us by video link. Craig, good morning to you. Mr. Peters didn't sound like he was going to have a bar of any changes. They're going ahead no matter what.
Yeah, good morning, Sean. Good morning, listeners. Yeah, look, the arrogance in which he has followed this whole process through is just astounding. And I hark back once again, he has never once met with GRNZ right from the time that he became Minister of Racing, and we have put in several offers to meet with him, which have all been declined. So it's just astounding, the arrogance in which he's going about this.
So what is your understanding of what happens to your association when this legislation gets passed?
The advisory committee report came out, and it's showing that he wants to. We're an incorporated society. The clubs are incorporated societies. He wants to seize all our assets and put a statutory manager in to run the industry through to its closure. Which has never been done in the history of New Zealand to any incorporated society.
I find this really hard in terms of civil freedom. A group of New Zealanders have formed an association quite legally and carried on the activity for which that association was formed. It has gathered in that period the modest sum of $15 or $16 million. And the minister wants to come in and tell you cannot have your association. You cannot have the freedom of your association. And all the money you've gathered as a group of individuals in the association will be managed by the government. That's actually kind of just fundamental civil liberty freedom, a pretty amazing thing to do.
It's unbelievable what he's trying to do, and it's not only that, Sean. The clubs themselves, some of the clubs have built up nice cash reserves over the years as well, and all that is going to be seized as well if he goes through with what he's threatening. But personally, I think. Surely we would have to rely on some other ministers and MPs.
Well, I think you need to rely on some lawyers. I think there might be all sorts of fundamental civil rights here that are being breached if it's never been. Are you telling me this has never been done before?
Our barrister he's been involved in politics for a long time. He said that. As far as he is aware, it has never been done. No incorporated society has ever been closed down, has its assets seized that was operating legally. Obviously, there's been cases where there's been some skullduggery and they've been closed down, but no.
Okay, so why don't you take the government to court?
Well, we will be, obviously. Well, we are anyway, and obviously, this will be part of the judicial review, and that in any other legal action that we take will obviously be to try to prevent this draconian thing from happening.
Okay. But at the end of the day, do you now accept that the government, whether it seizes your assets and does that or not, greyhound racing is over in New Zealand?
Well, personally, I don't accept. I don't. Well, I accept that that's a huge possibility. I don't accept the reasons for it, and neither do basically all the Greyhound people and GRNZ don't accept
Okay, but
the
you
reasons
want
why it's happening.
compensation for trainers so they can find other work, right?
Well,
we didn't
look,
get compensation for people in
of
video
course.
stores when video stores closed. So, trainers.
My son's just spent 200,000 or 300,000 2 or 3 years ago on building a great big new kennel block, state of the art facility
I'm sorry,
for the Greyhounds.
but that's on. He was going to make. He did it so he'd make a profit off it, right?
Well, he did it because it was his business, and
Yep,
now through
and
no
business
fault
is
of his
risk.
own, someone's shutting.
Yeah, and business is risk.
Yes, that's right, but. No, but he's operating legally, and everything's going well, and so he's getting that business stolen away from him.
And he's not getting it stolen.
Bad management, not through.
It's like Mr. Kodak going out of business when he didn't realise that digital cameras were going to change the world.
Mr. Kodak had the opportunity to keep up with the times and start selling those digital cameras, but we are not getting any chance to do anything because we are getting closed down for operating legally.
All right. Are you still trying to get a meeting with the minister? A bit hard now that you're taking him to court.
It's probably you wouldn't waste your time writing the email asking for the meeting. But look, the other thing that really grates on us is the fact that that the Ministerial Advisory Committee are not interested in any form of compensation whatsoever. Now, as an example, I could end up with 50 greyhounds at my property when come the 1st of August next year. I can't go out to work because I have to look after those greyhounds, and so I'm unable to go and seek another job and find work because I can't because I've got to look after my animals. I know it sounds
cruel, but you're probably going to have to euthanize them then, aren't you?
Well, no, that will never happen, Sean. That will never ever happen.
Well, that's your choice then.
Any one of the greyhounds.
But that's your choice, isn't it?
No, it's not actually, because it's interesting because as of the 1st of August, if GRNZ doesn't exist any longer, then there is no rules to abide by. But we wouldn't do it anyway. But Mr. Peters has brought in the legislation that no greyhound can be euthanized unnecessarily anyway.
That puts you in a completely impossible situation then.
Well, it does, but we wouldn't euthanize the dogs anyway. Yeah. Sure, no trainer is going to do that. That's a ridiculous scenario. But if there was some bad eggs out there that were thinking about doing that, they can't legally anyway.
Mm. This is very. I think this is an interesting story, and clearly the stuff going on. The government clearly has an agenda to end the greyhound racing industry. I suspect, I hate to say that if you were to poll New Zealanders on this, many of them would agree with that. But doing it in a way that is fair and equitable they're messing that up.